Has the correction in crypto taken place? We're going to look at some of the numbers right now saying that the Bitcoin holders, the long-term holders, are done selling. Okay, so let's get into that. Let's talk about some crypto right now here in this video. If you're all new to the channel, hit that like button. Please subscribe down below. Please remember that none of this is financial advice, and let's talk some crypto. And we are going to kick this off by looking into what BTC is doing right now. As we do see Bitcoin trading at 88,000, as we do look to approach correcting back up above 100,000 once again. Time will tell. We'll see what the new year 2026 has in store. But outside of that, Ethereum still just a tick below 3,000 as we do look at it in some of the blue chips and top layer ones out there in the market. We're seeing pretty much a wait and see approach, in my personal opinion, as we get closer to the start of 2026. Okay, so before we get further into this, guys, if you are not using a Best Wallet to trade and manage crypto, that is something where you can find that link down below in the description. Download it now from the Google Play and or iOS store. It's a multi-chain, multi-wallet, non-custodial wallet ecosystem that you can have. That's been featured in a lot of publications, and they do offer a lot of things that kind of attract me to it, most notably market insights involving what's going on in the market. But right now, if you are looking for one of those wallets to kind of store your crypto, swap your crypto, send crypto, manage your portfolio, and also stake, that's where you can find the link down below for Best Wallet. If you do want to sign up, download it. Like I said, Google Play, iOS store, totally free to get started. Okay. But before we get into this a little bit deeper, I did want to make a mention that as we do look back at what the overall market has been doing, I have noticed, though, that this is something where we see this historically. And like I said, guys, none of this is financial advice. But as we do get closer, tax harvesting season, it's very eerily similar to what we should expect in that time frame. And then all of a sudden, with a new calendar year, traders begin to start opening up new positions, and that's when they can start taking some profits and getting a little bit more profitable if you look into that direction. Okay, plus we do get tax refunds, stuff like that. Things do make a difference and play a role once we get into 2026. Q1 has always been a little bit bullish, in my opinion, and I think the numbers do back that up as well. Okay, but shifting gears into what we came here to talk about. Long-term Bitcoin holders, okay, they finally stopped selling. This is where we've seen a Van Eck, Matthew Siegel. This is where he goes in to talk about how the long-term holders have turned into net accumulators, okay? I just did some research looking at other cryptos, layer ones, not necessarily Bitcoin or Ethereum, and I've noticed this trend being commonly mentioned, okay? It ties into the scarcity as well as crypto being on exchanges. And this is kind of where we're seeing a lot of hodling going on at these lower prices, which honestly shocked me because I thought we would get into more of a selling spree, okay? But as we do look at the major sell pressure event that we have seen in the last 30 days, this is where long-term holders are constituted of people that have held crypto for 155 days or more. And we have seen this, okay? So as we do see this shifting towards the positive, we've seen a very significant amount of move towards the holders that hold longer than 155 days versus the ones that hold less. Obviously, it depends on the crypto. There's a mix of the both, personally, if you want to ask me for my opinion. But when we see those blue bars, okay, and this data is coming out from what we've been talking about from Check on Chain, and this is purely illustrating what we're talking about, all right? So we are seeing a move into more of a long-term holder mentality, and when we do this, okay, this is kind of what we've seen when long-term holders are buying and putting away coins, usually happening during dips into the bear market on price dips, and also when we do see those red bars, like you see right there, that's kind of where we see the opposite when you would see long-term holders selling their coins on the market, okay? Most notably when we do see a bull market high, okay? So kind of what we're looking at, I think that when we look at the long-term holders, the one commonality that we do get here is they're usually the smart money for the most part, okay? They're holding for a reason. They're usually opposite of the more emotional short-term crowd, the public, the retail crowd that does invest in the crypto. So that's something that you want to see, reducing of the sell side pressure, more longer term, more high conviction holding of crypto. And I think that as we do look at this, right, as in previous cycles, When we get back to that zero line after heavy selling, that's always going to be the consolidation phase before we transfer and transition into an accumulation phase, okay? So kind of where we're at in my lifetime, Bitcoin has always been on the up and up. If we are going to be zoomed out and looking at crypto overall, Bitcoin has always outperformed in my lifetime. And it's just something where we do see ups and downs, some cycles to go alongside of it, where crypto's not always meant to go up. So I wanted to make this video to kind of talk to you guys about what we have seen, where, you know, the fact that Bitcoin looking down the barrel of 100,000 once again, it probably has to go back to those levels if we are going to be having a bullish market. So sitting right here at 88,000 or whatever it may be in the future, 100,000 is key, reclaiming that level, not just touching it. I'm talking about reclaiming it and moving onwards and upwards, okay? So leave a comment down below. Do you think the long-term holders and the reduction of the the sell side pressure there for Bitcoin, is that telling the whole story about what's going on here in crypto? Leave a comment down below. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Also, feel free to check out Best Wallet, that link, if you do want to download that wallet today. And start trading and storing your crypto over there on that platform, okay? But I'll leave you with that. Enjoy it, and we'll talk to you guys all soon in the next video. Cheers.